Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Today, we're going to talk about stress eating. Well, at the end of the day, it's emotional eating, right? Because sometimes we eat when we're stressed, when we're happy, to celebrate, when we're sad. Sometimes food is just a way for us to cope with our emotions, right? And we know that stress hits us hard sometimes. And people want to act like stress is okay. People will be like, well, everybody's stressed out. There's different levels of stress. And yes, we all can get stressed out, but it's how we deal with our stress when it happens, right? Because you can let it get to you and you could react in a certain way, which is a little bit more harmful. So it's always good to try to find out ways for us to react to stress to help us lower our system quicker so that we can return to ourself, return to that being center, return to peace instead of getting heightened and overwhelmed and all the things, right? So I will be having a workshop also coming up soon. It's going to be stress less to stop stress eating. So that'll be in a few weeks. So I'll link to that and put some information about that in the show notes, but I'll talk about that a little later. So today we're just going to talk about 2 techniques that you can use. So I'm just going to talk about them, but it's really good to visualize them. So what I will do is also have a link for you to download information on one of them, at least emotional freedom technique, which is really popular. It's amazing and it works, and a lot of people ask about it. So I'm going to give you information on that as well when we're getting closer to the end. So the first one we're going to talk about is Wu chanting, all right? So the chant winds up being a vibration, okay? So it's a way of facilitating healing through the chant. So when we chant, it's resonating our lower belly sound, and it stimulates the vagus nerve. And when you stimulate the vagus nerves, it's going to provide a signal to shut down the overstimulated nervous system and just help you relax, just kind of calm you down, all right? It'll just take us out of that anxiety and that hyperarousal state. So just using different tools, just having different tools in your box that you could just pull out would just help you focus back to self quicker, because every last person will encounter stress. It just depends on how you let it affect you, how it takes over. Are you able to come back quicker? Do you have the mechanisms to deal with it in a healthier way instead of turning to food or turning to another substance in order to calm yourself? So, we're all human, so it's going to happen, okay? Because a lot of times we'll hear people say, be mindfulness. Like I also talk about practice of mindfulness, and you hear all these teachers talking about mindfulness, and you're like, what really, how do I just get into this mindfulness moment that they're talking about? Just be present. So these tools will help you go into that present moment, helping you focus in the moment rather than obsessing over thoughts or overthinking, because I've been there, just overthinking about a situation, and then next thing you know, you can't sleep because your mind is just racing, all of these things. So even if you're doing something before you go to sleep, so even if you're doing a meditation before you go to sleep and journaling, that's helping getting everything out, all right? So you want to be able to have these where you could do them at any time, just doing that for yourself. It's a form of self-care, okay? And you deserve it. You deserve it so much, because you need to take care of yourself first. Always remember that. Okay, so with the Wu chanting, sometimes you might feel some tingling. Your temperature might change. These are just signs from your parasympathetic nervous system, okay? Because the chanting just gives you an inner sense of security. It just makes you trust in yourself. It's calming and it's peaceful, all right? And then as you're focusing on the breath, you're not paying attention to all the other chatter that's going on in your mind, the mind chatter, the constant thoughts, or however you're feeling. So it brings you back to now, brings you back to your present moment. And it's so simple, you could just do it just about anywhere. So you're just going to make a Wu sound. And then when you're doing this, you're just going to focus on the vibration stimulation of your belly, okay? So you could put your hand on your belly. You can put one hand on your belly. You could put one hand on your heart just to help you connect. And if you're not driving, you could practice this now, or you could also listen to it now if you're in the car or you're just in a place where you cannot, because you want to make sure that you are safe. You can just do it when you're in another environment when you can, all right? So you want to make sure you do a complete full extension of breath with the VU. All right. So you want to take a step by step and just sit comfortably wherever you're at. Just find a good position. You can sit on the floor, on a meditation pillow, however you feel comfort. So you would take a full inhale in slowly. And then after you slowly inhale, you're going to pause for a moment. And then you breathe out. But when you're breathing out, you are chanting VU. And that VU breath is going to be the whole extension. And you're going to be paying attention to the vibration of the sound and the feeling coming from your belly area. And at the end of the breath, you just pause again. Then briefly, and then allow the slow breath in. And you just keep repeating that. The in and out of the breath and the vibration of your belly for a series of however long it's comfortable to you. If you can do for 5 minutes or just until you feel yourself settle, okay? It is very soothing and you will notice it. Now you go take a deep breath in. And then you would pause and hold it. Then it and just keep repeating that, taking slow breaths in, pausing and holding, then going through the full extension out of VU, and you just repeat that over and over, and it really does activate your vagus nerve, and it calms your system down. Very effective. Another technique we're going to talk about is emotional freedom technique, also known as EFT, which involves tacking on acupressure points. Again, it also stimulates the vagus nerve. It allows your fight or flight mechanism within your body to just subside and relax. It gets you out of that hyperarousal state. So everything that we're going over, these 2 techniques today, it just breaks you out of that hyperarousal state, gets you out of that anxious place, that when you're feeling anxiety and like super stressed out. Because a lot of this stress and anxiety leads to burnout, and just it's all this trickle effect that just affects us. So when we're tapping, it's going to help restore us. It helps get our energy field back to where it should be by tapping on these points. It's just that we have different meridians. Have you heard about acupuncture where they use the meridians? Super effective. I mean, it's just amazing. So in tapping, there's different meridians. The first one they consider karate chop, which is on the side of your hand. And then there's the eyebrow, the side of the eye, under the nose, the chin, the collarbone area, like in the center there, under the arm, and the top of the head. In the beginning, depending on what you are tapping about, you want to get that issue that's bothering you, like something's on your mind, and you want to like scale it from 1 to 10 and find out, 10 being the highest, your anxiety is feeling at that moment, or however anxious or bothered you're feeling, and 1 being the most relaxed. So you would grade yourself on a scale from 1 to 10, and you would just write that down. It's just so you could have a gauge of how you're feeling in the beginning and how you're feeling in the end. You'll go down at some point. You might go from a 10 to a 5, a 10 to a 3, a 10 to a 7, but you should decrease and feel more relaxed in the process. So there is a download that you can have. So if you want to follow along, you can download that now. You can download that later. It is bit.ly/tapping EFT. TAPPINGEFT. So you can just listen, follow along, however you like. Okay, so I'm just going to run through this so you have an idea of how it goes. You just give light taps. So you would first start on the side of your hand, okay? And you just gently tap each time you go to a different meridian. And a lot of times you feel like a little indentation, like a little groove. Okay, so you can just repeat after me. Even though I am anxious and out of control, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm anxious and out of control, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I am anxious and out of control, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Move to the eyebrow. I feel so anxious. Tapping right there where the hair of your eyebrow meets the bone. In the middle. I'm so anxious. Tapping a little slower. Side of the eye. I'm really out of control. Under the eye. I have so much uncertainty right now. Under the nose. I'm terrified. Chin. It makes me want to cry just saying that. Collarbone. There's a lot going on right now. Under the arm. And I feel so much pressure right now. Top of the head. All this anxiety. Eyebrow. All this anxiety. Side of the eye. All this anxiety is freaking me out. Under the eye. I feel so out of control right now. Under the nose. I feel so out of control right now. Chin. I feel so out of control right now. Collarbone. I feel so out of control right now. Under the arm. I'm terrified. I'm afraid for my emotional well-being, my physical well-being, and all this makes me anxious. And that's real. This is where I'm at right now. Still tapping. Top of the head. And that's real for me right now. And that's really real for me right now. And it just makes me feel off, makes me feel anxious. But this is where I'm at. And I've got some anxiety. I've got some real anxiety hidden up in there. And that's where I'm at. And it's okay. And it's okay. Take a deep breath. And release. Tapping. And even though I still have some anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I still have some anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And even though I still have anxiety, I deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. Eyebrow. I accept what's meant for me. I accept what's meant for me. Even though I feel uneasy, I'm very connected and I have support right now. This work is supporting me right now. And I am okay with the fact that I feel out of control. All that's meant to me will come to me. I'm just a little out of control right now. And I accept that. I surrender. I know what's meant for me will come for me. I forgive myself for any patterns of acting out in any way. I love myself for showing up right now. I surrender and know that what's meant for me will not miss me and is coming towards me. I'm prouder for myself for showing up every day, even if it feels difficult or I'm stressed or anxious. I know that I'm well taken care of. I'm showing up right now, and I love that. I'm proud of myself because I'm using support and I'm learning new ways to support myself, new tools that will benefit me, proven tools, and I feel wonderful and loved and nurtured. I feel relief right now. I'm letting relief set in right now. I'm taking deep breaths in, knowing that it's okay not to be in control and that I can let go. It is safe to let go. It is safe to believe and have faith in what's meant for me is coming to me. I can surrender. I can relax. I am whole. I am perfect the way I am, and I love myself. All is well in this moment right now. I am in the present moment, and I love being in the present moment. I feel supported. I am supported. I am not alone. I am not alone. I'm even connected to the other people that are listening to this right now. We are connected. I'm safe. I'm safe in this moment. I am safe in this moment. I am supported. I am taken care of. God has me. He has me. I am safe. Dropping your hands. Resting your hands, palms face up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. You can leave your eyes closed. Take a minute to see how you feel. How do you feel now? On a scale from 1 to 10. Write that down. Being present in your body. Your body holds everything. Your mind and your body are extremely connected. So write that down. On the most pressing issue that you wrote down the number in the beginning, compare that to now and see how you feel. How do you feel? Was there a shift? How much of a shift was it? Note that and acknowledge yourself for that, for doing that work. You need to take some more deep breaths. You need to move around, yawn, stretch, all the things. Just let it out, whatever it is. Just move your body, wiggle your arms, stretch it out. Let it go. Let it go. All right. Well, those are the two we're going to cover today. So I hope those two helped you. So we went over Vu chanting and the vibration and how that helps your vagus nerve. And then also the EFT, which I will also link below. You can go to bit.ly/tapping EFT, bit.ly/TAPPING EFT. The link is also down below if you just want to click it, if you don't want to type that in. And there will be some more information for you on that. And then I will keep you updated on the workshop that'll be coming up. So you could just sign up for the email list and you'll get all the notifications on that. It'll be great. We'll go over EFT, just all kinds of things. All right, so I hope these two techniques helped you. And please leave a written review. Let me know your thoughts on this episode. I would love to hear them, and also any questions that you would have so I can do an episode on that. All right, until next time.